want to jump to any conclusions, but look. Dinosaurs and man, two species separated by 65 million years of evolution, have just been suddenly thrown back into the mix together. How can we possibly have the slightest idea of what to expect?
Well, for starters, how about a movie with a record-shattering gross of $212 million, and that's just in 25 days of release. Not to mention a jumpstart for Sam Neill's Hollywood career. The New Zealand-born actor has built a distinguished reputation in some offbeat Australian and European films, but his breakthrough role is really as the dashing dinosaur expert, Dr. Alan Grant, in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park. It's put a whole new spin on his brilliant career, and he joins us this morning from Los Angeles. Good to see you.
Good morning, Joe.
How's it feel being in this 200 million plus big budget and really big success?
Yeah, it's kind of a monster, isn't it? People seem to be very nice to me. That's kind of good. And people come up and make dinosaur noises to me when I'm standing in the checkout line. But yeah, I say obviously it's good for me.
Are they recognizing you more?
Yeah, I come through. When I come into LA airport. There was a guy yesterday that came charging up to me, and I thought, oh, it's going to be another dinosaur question. He said to me, have you still got those sixes on the back of your head?
Oh, so he saw some of your older movies.
Yeah, that's right.
Listen, what about the Hollywood community itself? Do the scripts change? Do the offers change? Have you started to see that already?
Yeah, I think so. And in addition to that, what encourages me is that the smaller, more offbeat things that I like doing as well is, having something like this behind you gives you more of a chance to, if you say, I like this, I think this should be made, it's easier for those sort of people to get their money together for those kind of films.
So you can bring power to those things now. That's good.
Yeah, to an extent, I guess. That's right.
We were just talking during the commercial break because we saw you and we were down on our trip down under. People are still talking about it. I think that they really enjoyed it. And you say that the reaction down there has really been tremendous as well.
Yes, when Good Morning America were there, obviously it garnered a lot of interest in New Zealand, in America, and apparently it's doubled or trebled the amount of inquiries that travel agents have had for Americans wanting to go there. So. That's great.
We were at your alma mater, Christ College, and in Christchurch. Now, as I understand it, you went there. That's really when you kind of started. Was that really when you decided I'm going to become an actor, even though it wasn't exactly the thing to do on that campus? The thing to do on that campus is to be a rugby player, I should point out.
That's absolutely right. The cool thing to do was to be a rugby player. But we had 2 or 3 teachers that were interested in drama, and they got me kicked on with getting interested in acting. Yeah, it was a kind of Dickensian, rather archaic institution when I was there, but I have kind of good memories of it,
But then you started acting, and I don't know whether you were in New Zealand or Australia at the time, but as I understand it, James Mason, wonderful, fine English actor, called you up and said, I'm going to send you a ticket, and brought you where, to England?
Yes, that's true. I was working away on a stage rather like this in Australia, and a phone call came one day, and a rather startled assistant director came over and said, there's a phone call from you from overseas. It's someone called James Mason. And so I thought someone was playing a joke on me, So I went over, picked up the phone, and it was James, and he said, you don't know me, but my name is James Mason. I like what you do, and I'm sending you an air ticket. I want you to come to Europe because this is where I think you should be working. And so I did, and I stayed with them for a week and never looked back.
Well, you almost have a little bit of that James Mason in you. He obviously was an influence, and I imagine that was much of an inspiration, too.
Well, as much as anything, James gave me a sort of sense of a belief in myself as an actor, and so that was an invaluable gift to have, and I'll always be grateful to him for that.
Well, I enjoyed you, and my kids enjoyed you, along with the other 210 million people who went to see Jurassic Park and who are still going to go see it. Nice to see you, Sam. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Jan.
And we'll be back. Coming up next, Julia Child.